Welcome to our software. Today what we would like to do is walk you through the dashboard. The dashboard is a very important part of our software because it gives you basically an overview of different components and easy access to each one. For an example, here we're going to begin with the very top section. Once you log into the software, this tells you your name right here so you know who's logged in. You have a help menu, you have the settings tab, which gives you the basic information regarding your account settings. And then you have the subscribe tab once you get out of the 14-day free trial. And of course, logging out of the software. Here we're going to go to the people page, and you're going to notice when you hover over people, you have managing people, which is your database, the groups that you've created, manage groups, training that has been created, people evaluations, background checks, managing notes of users or people in your database, tracking attendance if you need to do that, creating leadership pipelines, and performance goals for your people. Right next to it, we have the calendar, which is the internal calendar. We have a public calendar where we can give you a link to paste on your corporate website. You have the ability to manage events, checking in people, whether it's adults or children's or volunteers. And then you have external events where you can create external events, charge for certain products. Then on the financials, if your organization receives donations or payments, you can track the donations and payments. You can create financial reports. You can develop fund categories, and you can create custom forms. Last but not least, we have the communication section here that allows you to send an email, watch your messages, look at your messages. They're saved in the software. Send a text to one or more people. You can also schedule a text or schedule an email. You have web forms that you can create, customized web forms, and paste these to your website. You can also manage and assign tasks. And last but not least, you can put together an onboarding program for your members or for your new hires and send them text messages, emails, etc. as they begin with your organization. Now, if we look here below, if you have multiple campuses, you can click here, and then this will allow you to look at the software in the campus view that you have. And as long as you put in the campus under the name of the person in their profile, you'll be able to perform queries based on their location. Manage profile here, and all these on this left menu tab, these are all the things that pertain to you. For an example, if I come here to manage profile, then that takes me to my personal profile where I have all of my basic information here. And we'll get into this more as we go into manage people. But if I need to edit something, I can click here and I can edit the information. If I want to change the language, for an example, to Spanish, then I can come here, click Spanish, save this section here, and then this will save my entire profile over to Spanish. And if not, I can change it back easily by clicking back English, and then that'll send me back to the English platform. So let's go back to the dashboard again, and notice here again on the left hand side you have my donations. That will give you any donations that you've made or payments depending on your organization. If we go back there again, we have another section under my donations, which is my tasks. This allows you to build tasks, assign tasks, and then you can see which tasks are pending and which tasks are already completed. My onboarding, as we mentioned, gives you the ability to track onboarding campaigns for your people, your members, your new hires, etc. New statements or my statements really has to do with your donations or your financials. So if you're making payments, for an example, you can look at the information. Here's a summary page, and then you can export this information to an Excel file. Okay, just clicking on export data. My training really allows you to see any training that you have taken. For an example, this training here, I've completed 50%. And if I go back to the training page from here, I can continue basically working through my training program because it's my training. So these are things that are related to yourself or the person who's logging in. My groups are basically the groups you are connected to and affiliated with. So this shows you all of the groups in the system. My evaluations, if you create evaluations, then they would show up here. You can export these to Google or to iCal. Then you have my leadership. My leadership really is a summary of a pipeline that's created for you, or maybe you're creating a leadership pipeline for someone else, and you want to track their performance goals, their leadership. This is one of the ways that you can do that. So there are many tools to take advantage of to help train your people and keep your people on their performance plan. And of course, you have the administration section here below. This is where you can see for the administrators what plans have been purchased, etc. View members is really, if you're an organization that has families, you can add families to your profile, and that way they're all connected. So if you are a church, for an example, and you use the software to connect your people, then the parent is connected to the child in the software. Let's take a look again at the main dashboard, and notice here, this gives you a summary of what's coming up in your calendar. This is your personal calendar and also the calendar where you are a part of, either on a public or in one of the internal events. So you click on View Calendar and then you can see the calendar. We'll review the calendar in a little bit. And here are the email notifications that you have sent or have been sent to you. Here are some group posts. Anything that your group has posted here, you'll be able to see this information. As we mentioned already, the training, here is a summary training. And again, this is the administrator view. If you want to post a quick message to one of your groups, you can come here on the left-hand side, click on the name of the group, write your message and share. Then here, since you are the admin, and that's the assumption in this training, you can see everyone's donations or payments. And then any tasks that you have assigned, you'll see them here on the right-hand side. The evaluations here, in this case, there are no evaluations, but once you initiate the evaluations, you'll see them right here. And that gives you a pretty good picture of this dashboard. Now notice here on the bottom right-hand side, for those of you who have initiated the comment chat integration, this is a special module that we have, but it's very helpful because you can create groups, for an example, or you can create chat sessions with people within your organization. So let's say, for an example, you have somebody that's in the database and they are logged on. You can create a chat with that person by clicking on their name. At this point, they're not online, so it's going to show you that they're not available. But the idea is you can find them once they're online. It'll show up in green. You can click on their name and then you can perform an individual chat or a webinar. Likewise with the groups, if you have a group that you've created, members, new hires, staff, or training, you can come here, and once everyone is logged on, you can start an audio call with them by clicking this, and then you can have a conference call. They can be anywhere in the world. As long as they have internet access, they can view the information. And the other thing you can do is you can chat. You can send them a message here and just click on message and the entire group will get it. The other thing you can do is you can start a video call, a video broadcast, if you will. So once you click that, and you're going to see my face in just a minute here, you'll be able to launch a video broadcast and basically communicate with your people similar to GoToMeeting, but without the high cost. So these are things that help you improve communication and training. You can use this for training. It's very effective. And this is everything that has to do with the dashboard. So once again, it is a dashboard designed to give you an overview and give you quick access to your personal information and also information as it relates to all of your people. And again, if you need to access something quickly, you can come here, view calendar, you can see your upcoming events and scroll through all these things. But we'll get into more detail on the calendar when we get into the calendar section of the software. Thank you again for allowing us to serve you. We appreciate your time and we value you as our customer.